Welcome back to Everyday English Desk. I'm Ben.
And I'm Janet. We're here to help you learn English through real, natural conversations about everyday life.
And today, we're talking about one of the easiest and most fun topics in English.
Food.
Exactly. Food is one of those topics people talk about all the time. What they like, what they hate, what they're craving, what they had for dinner.
Okay, well, if we're being honest, I should probably start with a confession.
Oh boy, where is this going?
I know, this is kind of controversial, but I don't really like avocado.
Really? That feels impossible. Avocado is everywhere.
I know, everybody acts like it's the perfect food. They put it on toast, in salads, and sandwiches. And to me, it just tastes like green nothing.
Green nothing is a brutal review.
I'm sorry, I've tried to like it. I really have. I want to be the kind of person who loves avocado, but I just don't get the hype.
That is actually a very useful phrase right there. I want to like it, but...
True, like, I want to like avocado, but I just can't.
Exactly. And that's a great example of how people naturally talk about food in English. Food is one of the easiest conversation topics because almost everyone has an opinion.
Oh, definitely. People have very strong food opinions.
So today we're going to talk about how to discuss food in English naturally, what you like, what you don't like, how to describe food, and some common phrases people use all the time.
And I'm starting us off by offending avocado fans everywhere.
That's okay. I think they'll survive.
Well, hopefully we can still be friends, everyone, and that just means more avocados for you.
All right, so if avocado is out, what foods do you actually love?
That's easy. I love pasta, sushi, and honestly, anything with cheese. Cheese can fix almost anything.
That feels very believable.
Thank you. It's a motto to live by. What about you?
I'm pretty simple day to day. I like grilled chicken, rice, good bread, but I'll also try unusual food if I get the chance. So what about foods you really don't like besides avocado?
Olives. I keep trying them because they seem sophisticated, but every time I eat one, I regret it immediately.
That's another useful phrase. I keep trying it. That means you've tried something more than once, usually because you want to like it.
Exactly. I keep trying olives, I keep hoping, and I keep being disappointed.
Yeah, that's fair. They're kind of a love it or hate it food. No in between. What about favorite foods from childhood? I feel like those are always interesting.
Oh, definitely. Comfort food. Mac and cheese, tomato soup, grilled cheese, that kind of thing. My grandparents used to make Newfoundland steaks for breakfast when we visited in the summer.
Newfoundland steak?
It's just a thick slice of bologna fried in a pan. I still make it every time I want to feel nostalgic about my teenage years.
That's an interesting dish. Now, I'm going to be the one doing the offending and say that I'm not really a big fan of bologna. But in all seriousness, comfort food is a great phrase too. It means food that makes you feel happy, relaxed, or safe. Usually something warm or familiar.
Don't worry about it. I think you'll still be able to show your face in Canada without angry looks or strongly worded letters. But yes, comfort food is usually not fancy. It's just the food that makes you feel good.
That's a relief, because I'll be there next month, so I don't need any locals chasing me with hockey sticks. My comfort food, by the way, is probably soup and good bread.
That is the most Ben answer I've ever heard.
I know, it's not exciting.
No, it's kind of perfect, actually.
How about another phrase you hear a lot? Picky eater. A picky eater is someone who only likes certain foods and doesn't want to try many new ones.
Like little kids who only eat pasta, bread, and chicken nuggets.
Yeah, that's right, Janet. Though some adults are picky eaters too. What about you? Would you say you're a picky eater?
I'm selectively adventurous.
That is not a real category.
It is in my heart. I like the idea of trying new food, but when something actually looks strange, I suddenly become very cautious.
That's fair. So maybe not a picky eater, but a careful eater.
Yes, that sounds much nicer. What about you, Ben? Are you a picky eater?
I'd say I'm actually more adventurous than people expect.
Yeah, that's true. People probably assume you only eat very plain, practical food.
Is that because I drink black coffee and research menus before I go anywhere?
Exactly because of that, yes. Also, the whole over-prepared bank thing.
Fair, you got me. But I do like trying food from different places. I think travel makes you more open to new things.
That's true. You've tried way more unusual food than I have.
I have had a few interesting meals, yes.
That is the calmest possible way to say that. You're going to have to share some of your weird and interesting food stories with us someday. I feel like every time you travel, you come back with a new and interesting food story.
Well, once you travel enough, you realize food is a big part of culture.
That's actually a really nice point. Food isn't just food, it's memory, family, travel, identity, all of that.
Spot on, which is another reason it's such a good conversation topic.
Okay, so let's talk about how to actually describe food in English, because this is where people often get stuck. A lot of learners know good and bad, but there are so many better words.
Yep, that's right. Let's go over some of the most common ones.
So if something tastes sugary, you can say it's sweet.
If it has a lot of salt, it's salty.
If it has a strong hot pepper flavor, it's spicy.
And you might also hear bitter, sour, or savory.
Savory is a good one. That usually means something salty or rich, not sweet.
Exactly. And texture matters too. Food can be crunchy, soft, chewy, creamy, crispy, dry.
Crunchy is such a satisfying word.
It is.
Chips are crunchy, bread can be soft or crusty, soup can be smooth or thick. Ice cream is creamy, I guess.
And apparently, avocado is green nothing.
I stand by that.
That much is clear.
Okay, what are some other natural food phrases people use all the time?
One very common one is, I'm craving.
Yes, like, I'm craving pizza or I'm craving something sweet.
Exactly. If you're craving something, that means you really want that specific food.
And I say that all the time. I'm craving sushi, I'm craving fries, I'm craving coffee.
You do, especially the coffee one.
I'm drinking some right now.
Of course you are. Okay, another useful phrase is, I'm in the mood for.
Oh, that's a good one too. I'm in the mood for something spicy, or I'm in the mood for soup.
Right, it's slightly broader than craving, but very common.
And then there's comfort food, which we already talked about.
That one comes up a lot, especially when people are tired, sick, stressed, or homesick.
That's right, Ben. How about leftovers?
Yes, leftovers are the food you didn't finish, so you save it and eat it later. Some foods are amazing as leftovers, and some are terrible.
Exactly. Fries as leftovers, sad. Pasta as leftovers, often fine.
That sounds accurate.
What about cooking versus eating out? Because that comes up constantly too.
Definitely. Eat out means go to a restaurant. Cook at home is obvious, and order takeout means you buy food from a restaurant and eat it somewhere else, usually at home.
And some people say order in too.
Right, that's also common.
I probably eat out or order takeout more often than I should.
And I probably cook at home more often than I need to.
Yes, that also sounds like you.
I like knowing exactly what I'm eating.
I like not doing dishes.
Both are fair positions in my book.
Agreed. Okay, what are some natural ways to say food is really good?
You can say delicious, amazing, really tasty, excellent, incredible.
And if something is not good, you might say bland, gross, too greasy, too salty, too sweet.
Bland is especially useful. That means the food doesn't have much flavor.
And greasy means it has too much oil or fat.
Sometimes greasy is a good thing, but too much will ruin it. Another useful distinction is spicy versus flavorful.
That's a good point. Something can be flavorful without being spicy.
Right, spicy usually means hot with chili or pepper. Flavorful just means it has a strong, pleasant taste.
This is why food is such a fun topic in English. It's useful, but it's also easy to make personal.
That's right, Janet. You're not just memorizing vocabulary. You're talking about your real preferences.
Okay, before we wrap up, I need to ask one more important question.
I'm slightly worried already.
What food do you think people pretend to like?
Oh, you really want to end this episode dangerously.
I do. I'm committed to honesty.
Well, I think some people pretend to like very bitter coffee.
That is such a personal attack on your own lifestyle.
No, I actually like it. I'm just saying not everyone does.
Fair. Mine is still olives. I want to like them, but every time I try them, I regret it. I think people don't like them as much as they say they do.
And that phrase again, I want to like it, but is extremely useful.
Yes, I want to like sushi, but I'm still getting used to it. I want to like spicy food, but it's too much for me.
That's a very natural structure in English.
All right, everyone, now we want to hear from you. What food do you love, and what food do you just not understand?
Or tell us, are you a picky eater or do you like trying new things?
And if there's a food word or expression in English that confuses you, leave it in the comments below.
If this episode helped you, like the video and subscribe to Everyday English Desk for more real English conversations about everyday topics.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.